Alright, what is good? It's your boy Shimmy back with another video. Today we got the Invincible Season 4 finale. This one's about to be crazy. No long talks, lock in. Yes, I'm talking to you. Now let's get into it. Now we start in the past and we have a Viltrumite meeting, and the scrubs they oppress have been defying them and blowing shit up. They don't care. Krieg says, you know what? Let's just pack them all up. Who cares about some dumbass aliens? But Emperor Argyle puts his hand up. Yo Thragg, what you think we should do? We need to put them niggas in the ground for good. Thetis is like, chill bro, you're still young, but like that's too much. The Emperor Argyle agrees with that, and they decide to reduce the planet's population to 25%. Damn. We move to Thragg and Argyle, and he's like, yeah, I don't know about Thetis, man. Ever since he came back from that mission, he's been talking about shit like mercy. We don't do none of that. Argyle tells him, if you think he's weak, go deal with him. Now it's nighttime and Argyle goes into this room alone, and this guy Thetis is preying him from the top like he's Batman, and he takes the man out with a knife. Bing Mon Ting, how is a little knife taking out a Viltrumite? And Conquest came back from looking like this? Yeah, okay. I don't want to hear no more Viltrumite saying debates ever again. It's the next day and they have a funeral for him, and Thragg goes on the screen. He says, the traitor will be found and be put 6 feet under. All is ours. Then he turns to the black guy and says, will you betray us too? Like, what did the black guy do? Why did he point him out? The black guy tells him, nah, I'd never do that. Thragg says, I don't believe you. And he takes his head off. Like, no man, this is literally bigger than black and white. Word to Lil Baby. But with that, Thragg is officially Grand Regent, and he says, seek out any weakness and purge it. So he just makes a dirty battle royale for everyone. Great. People are getting thrown, people are getting tackled, backs are getting broken. This shit is insane. Nah man, even the little youths are fighting too. Thragg's gotta go. But with that battle royale, the aftermath is only the strongest are left. And Thragg comes out and says, it is done. I'm not gonna repeat myself. And no one's trying to fight him, so they stop. He holds a meeting and he tells them, this is just the beginning. We ain't done. All is ours. Back to the present, Thetis tells the Mandem, Thragg is running to Viltrum on his dolos. We can go get him right now. Alan's like, so won't his homies who are returning there too gonna come after us? But with no leader, they'll just scatter, cause they really need a leader. They ain't got no mind of their own. Thetis says, it's gonna be hard, but we got this. And not gonna lie, they actually sold this scene hard, cause what is this? You know what, let me fix this quick. Yeah, that's better, that's a real squad. Everyone's on the ship on their way there, and Oliver's like, y'all are scared of this Thragg you ain't seen he been on fraud watch? He ain't got no real stripes. Thetis goes to Nolan, and Nolan's scared about the other Viltrumites and what they'll do, even if they kill Thragg. But they still got that virus if they really need it. Now it's finally time. Everyone gets ready to battle. Battle Beast gets his weapon, they all put their suits on. Nolan goes to everyone and says, I'ma keep it a buck. However strong you think you are, Thragg is stronger. This ain't Conquest. The Graysons finally have a family hug, damn. With that, everyone leaves for Viltrum. They get closer and they see the ring, and it's all these dead Viltrumites. Shit is crazy. But there's someone hiding in the bodies. Then we just see the man himself, Thragg, staring at them aura farming. They knew what was guaning already, and they get surrounded by them. Yeah, GG's. But the Mandem came here to fight to the death, so they all go in fighting. Battle Beast hits this guy away. Thetis grabs Shorty's hair and flings her. And Nolan goes in to fight Thragg, but Anissa hits him away. He ain't holding back just cause she bad. So he goes and hits her back. Now Tech Jacket shoots the black guy with this poison, and Alan goes right through him, damn. So that shit really works. They need to mass produce that shit. We move to Mark and Oliver, and they're double teaming this guy. He says, I should have packed you both up. But Oliver just gives him a rude punch. Now Krieg goes after Thetis, but Thetis breaks the man's arm. You weak as hell, boy. You ain't even a top 5 Viltrumite. Not gonna lie, after doing some analysis, we can confirm this statement is true. Battle Beast gets cut and the man yells more and goes in fighting. Yeah, he's insane. Now the Viltrumites go ganging up on Thetis and everyone's getting cooked. It's not looking good. But the Switch Demon himself pulls up Space Racer, and he takes this one out easy. They're like, kill that now. But he ain't come alone. The man brought out the Ragnars too, and they're taking Viltrumites down one by one. But Thragg still ain't moving, he's just watching. So Nolan goes in ready to punch, but he aura farms and dodges just a little bit, then gives the man a dirty punch into the planet. Damn, I guess they don't call him the Grand Regent for no reason. Nolan gets up and the man is just behind him. The hell do you want from me, boy? I'm just trying to chat, twin. Come home and everything will be forgiven. Nolan tells him, this place is just a tomb. You ain't my family no more. Oh, but the man who made the virus that killed everyone is your family? Oh, okay, we're back in space and this is comboing Mark, and this one has Oliver in a chokehold. Now Space Racer's getting jumped too, and they break the man's mask? No man, but Alan comes last minute and destroys one of them, and somehow Tech Jacket fixes his mask and the Switch demons survive. Back on the planet, Nolan tells him to agree to the terms and I can make sure all the Mandem are blessed. Would Argyle agree to those demands? He ain't alive, he dead as hell, boy. He's in the ground, we're smoking that Argyle pack. Me, Nolan, Shimmy, and Thetis. Yeah, Shimmy was there too. You don't see him in the picture, that's him right there. But Thragg ain't listening, he's not gonna stop. He charges up a punch and sends him to space. Nah, because we need to analyze this. Did y'all see the punch sucked him in? Pause. But did y'all see that? He goes to space and of course Oliver goes in trying to fight him like, stop bro, just know your place. He goes into punch and Thragg catches his punch and tells him, you ain't no real demon, you're a fraud. And he just turns the man into Shanks? What the hell? Mark gets pissed and goes to help Oliver, but Thragg throws him. He tells him, don't worry, you was a failure anyways. We ain't got use for someone like that in our ranks. But Mark says, same way I did Conquest, I'ma do you. Everyone's like, damn, this little you took out Conquest? Thragg says, oh, where? Show me then. Mark goes in and punches, but Thragg takes the punch easy. And Mark's arm starts to hurt from that? Yeah, GG's. Bro says, I ain't impressed, boy. Meanwhile, Nolan is still flying away from that punch, like, okay. Then Thragg just starts comboing Mark and he backhands him back. Battle Beast goes in to fight Thragg, but he says, you too weak, little bro, and he throws him. Nolan comes back and says, everyone with me, and they all go flying. Zoe and Alan get taken out. They keep going. Space Racer shoots the switch and the three of them follow it at max speed. And Thragg is on their tail. He knows what's about to happen. It hits the ground and these guys go right through it. Damn. They said if we can't beat you, we're taking out your planet. They finally make it out and the planet is really destroyed. Thetis says, your world is gone, fuck niggas. All you can do is surrender. But Thragg comes out crying. He said, I'd rather die than surrender. He goes, grabs Thetis and rips his head off? Okay, no. What is actually going on? We need to process this. He grabs Nolan and just starts hitting him over and over again. Mark grabs him, but he gets him off easy and starts hitting Nolan again. Everyone keeps fighting and Space Racer says, you know what? We gotta cut, we can't stay here. And the man takes out 2 more Viltrumites. Yeah, he's got MVP for today. He needs to get a chain. And with that, they leave. Now we move to Thragg and he hits Nolan again and starts chasing Mark. This guy's a fake demon. He catches him, goes to hit him, but Nolan comes back. Mark's like, how do we win? Then Thragg speed blitzes and goes right through Nolan's stomach. Nah, man. Like father, like son? But no way my dog died before he got Debbie back, bro. This is crazy. Seems like I gotta step up. And he says, we're already too few. We can't take him out. Thragg grabs Mark and just knocks him out. He goes to take the man's eyes out, but he looks and sees all the Viltrumites who are gone. And he said, we're already too few. We can't take him out. And with that, they leave. Mark and Nolan somehow get found in space, and it's been a couple weeks since the fight. And luckily, Nolan's still alive, and Oliver's in this chamber to repair him. Damn. So is bro about to become a super Viltrumite? What's going on? Then Mark bags. The Viltrumites went to Earth. Now we start with the Viltrumites getting to Earth and flying in. We really need Immortal to go and stop them. Not a good joke? My bad. But instantly, they go in destroying people left and right. They're really trying to take over this place for good. Then a big ass tsunami comes too? Where are the heroes for real? And the man Thragg is just aura farming from above watching all this. But this really was all in Mark's head. He's just tripping right now, which is valid because they just got straight BTA and he almost got sent to the gulag. Omniman tells him to just chill because they might not even be on Earth for real. Could be on Mars with the Martians for all we know. But if they are on Earth, the plan is to just pray. Back to the coalition, they're making Alan the new leader. Like, I'm not angry at this, but like Big Monting, just keep him as the bronze. But Thetis did pick him specifically, so he's got to do what he's got to do. On the ship, Zoe's trying to come up with a plan if the Viltrumites are really there. She still got the space station with her pops, so they could do something there and keep that as their base. But Mark and Nolan are not hearing her at all. Shorty says, fuck it, let's just let them have Earth, who cares about that place? And you know what, I hear it. Or just destroy Earth too, so they gotta repopulate with them purple bugs or something. Then we get an announcement that they're entering Earth's solar system, so it's about to be time to find out if they're really there or not. Nolan's like, okay, let's just keep it P and see what's really guaning out there. But Mark's not hearing that and he goes in with the quickness to Earth. He's racing down, gets by the water, he's checking to make sure civilization is still blessed. And it is still looking blessed for the most part. LeBron's still giving belt to ass at age 41. Shit is great. Also, KD, the Rockets, and the Cavs too. Tech Jacket and Omniman pull up and they're like, gang, we were supposed to be discreet, but everything is looking safe right now. They dodged a bullet, but who's to say they won't come in the future? Earth is really about to be colonized. Word to Christopher Columbus. Now Mark goes home and he hugs Debbie. She's still fine. But she's like, hold on, where is Oliver? And Mark tells her he got beat up by this guy with a disgusting taper fade. But I promise you he's gonna be blessed, the best doctors are looking after him. Then he turns around and there's a hand around Debbie's neck. No man, that better not be who I think it is. It's Thragg and he says, I'm just repaying you back. And he kills Debbie? Nah, I'm done. Let me go suit up right now. I'd rather die than let this slide. But he's actually tripping again. Thank God, false alarm. After that, Mark leaves to go meet Eve, and Nolan goes to see his old ball. Debbie says, ain't I told you to never come back here? Viltrumites not here now? I'm trying, shorty, don't be like this. And he tells her how brave Oliver and Mark were out there. And he pulls up in front of her. Stop treating me like you don't know me. You know me better than that bum Paul. He hits her with the, you believe in second chances, so come give me a second chance too. But she hits him with the, you ain't sleeping here. But you know what? He's putting in some serious work. I admire the game. Now we move to Tech Jacket and she goes and hugs her father. He can't even believe she's still alive right now. We cut to Mark and he goes into Eve's room and she goes and hugs him. She says, I thought you were gone for real. I mean, he really almost was. But somehow her powers came back, so arguably the second strongest hero on Earth, not even arguably she is, but the second strongest hero is back. Then we finally move to this bitch Cecil. And him and his team are trying to make some sort of portal and it opens and a monster comes out. It starts destroying all these soldiers and then it grabs St. Clair. Finally, I hope this guy's gone for good. But last minute, Donald punches the machine and it saves him. But they're actually looking for a way to find Robot and Monster Girl. But looks like they're gonna have to find their own way home. GG's. At the Coalition, they're paging Alan saying, where the f are the Viltrumites? What are you really doing? They say all the Viltrumites need to die. Alan's like, fair, but what about Mark and Nolan? F them too. Alan says, nah, we're gonna find them and I'ma decide what we do after that. This meeting's done. Good shit, Alan, put your foot down. I don't know who those guys think they are. They weren't in the field like you. They ain't put in no work. Now Mark's walking around school with his homies and he just sees hella people packed up again. And this time it's by Anissa. But again, he's just tripping. Hold on, did Eve put on weight? Not gonna lie, I have some homies who would prefer her like this. Debbie goes and talks to Paul, ranting about what happened to Oliver, and he's like, well shit, why don't you just go visit him then? This really is your life now. You've always been a part of this. And we learned they didn't work out. Like, thank the Lord for he has answered our prayers. It's nighttime and Eve and Mark are sitting. She says, Mark, I know why my powers weren't working. Then Thragg pulls up and grabs her face. Damn. They can't even have a moment of silence, but he's still just tripping. My dog really needs to go to therapy though. It's getting a little out of hand. But she tells him how she was pregnant and got rid of it. Damn. I'm telling you, that kid would have been the strongest in the universe. We move to Nolan and he's reminiscing of when he gave his son straight BTA. And Cecil pulls up on him. He says, what you doing here, boy? You ain't gotta be afraid of me though. I'm not a threat. You think I'm gonna believe you? You think I am? Listen, I just want to say I'm sorry to everyone. Cecil's like, okay, so did y'all win the war? I don't know if I'd say win the war, but like, there's only about 40 of them left. And we're putting up a barrier so we'll know if they enter our atmosphere. Cecil's like, you're telling me there's gonna be 40 angry Viltrumites and they know what planet you're on. Oh, okay, word. Nolan says he could stay here or it could take 2 weeks for the Coalition to come if they do show up. And he's like, listen, I almost died out there. Oh, word? You almost died? Die about another 2,000 times, then you'll know how the people here feel. Damn. Now get off my planet. And Cecil just leaves. Now Nolan goes to see Mark and he tells him the ship's almost ready. Then Debbie comes out and says, you know what? You're taking me with you. cause she gotta make sure Oliver is blessed. See, Nolan, you dog, you got her right where you want her. He even says, oh, what about Paul? She tells him, don't worry, she's single now. Yeah, RIP to Paul, bro, he had a good run. With that, they just leave. On the planet, they turn on the warning signal and head out. Mark goes and meets with Cecil, and he says, tell Donald everything that happened so we know what we're up against. Then everything should be blessed. And Thragg comes out and takes him out too. That is some serious PTSD, man. Mark comes back to reality and he says, you know what? Cecil, I need some help. You got some people for this? And Cecil says, alright, bless. Now it's a couple days later and Mark's just chilling in his house all alone. He's like, damn, this place ain't never been this quiet. Debbie's gone, Nolan's gone, Oliver's gone, it's just him. Eve comes to him and says, you know what? Maybe you just need to go fly to clear your mind. He ain't trying to do that, but that's exactly why he's gotta do it. So Mark decides to go out flying to clear his mind. He's flying, enjoying the time in the sky. Then he sees Thragg aura farming. Is this one real? Thragg turns around and says, yes, we are here. Nah, man. Mark goes in with the quickness and throws some dirty punches, but Thragg just takes it. He keeps attacking and Thragg throws him away. Chill, bro. We ain't do nothing to your home yet, but if you keep with us, I will. Mark says, what the hell do you want? Listen, we only got about 37 Viltrumites left. You took our planet, so this our shit now. Don't worry though, we're just gonna blend in with you guys and live here. And we see my dog Luke and Anissa too. The plan is they're just gonna use Earth to repopulate themselves. You know what? That's actually a W plan by Thragg, because Mark's already stronger than most of the full-blown Viltrumites. But he wants to make a truce with Mark. They're not gonna harm anyone if they're not bothered. So what? You gonna accept my terms on? Mark says, you think I'm gonna let you do this? Do I look like a dumbass to you? You're evil. Thragg just stares him down and Mark's like, you know what, fine. I accept your terms. Good choice, boy. You saved the lives of everyone here. You're low-key our savior. Alright, I'ma catch you later. And he just flies off. You know what though? I feel like the Viltrumites might end up like Nolan and just be chill on Earth and not try to take over it. We move to the coalition and Alan's filling out forms. And Shorty brings him a message that Thetis left for him just in case he died. In the video he says, what's good, twin? I'm dead, but I'ma keep it a buck with you. If I'm dead, that means we ain't really win this war. That means there's still Viltrumites out there. And unless the Viltrumites are completely gone, the whole world is never safe. Don't worry, I got something though. I made the perfected version of the Scourge virus. It will take them out 100%, but it will affect the people who have similar biology to them. So all those Earthlings, Mark's people, they're gonna be gone. Use this shit to finish what we started. If we gotta get rid of them, that's calm. But make sure the Viltrumites are gone. Damn. Alright, since that is the end of Season 4, you know what we have to do. Gotta do the Invincible Season 4 Fraud Watch list. So let's get right into it. We have the man himself, Mark Grayson. The verdict that we have, he's not on Fraud Watch. Why? The man killed Conquest, he fought multiple Viltrumites, and he helped take out the planet. Honestly, he became top dog this season. On the list, we have the man himself, Omniman. The verdict, he's not on Fraud Watch either. He survived multiple fights with Thraggs and fought multiple Viltrumites. Not gonna lie though, his feats in Season 1 were crazy compared to what he's doing now, but still, he's not a fraud. Next on the list, we have Thragg. Not gonna lie, people after, I don't know, episode 6, I think, were putting him on Fraud Watch. Don't know why he was ever there. The man killed Thetis quickly, easily. Almost killed Nolan and Mark, easily, multiple times. And he did not take a single fight seriously. The man is just aura farming. So this man, not on Fraud Watch, should have never been on Fraud Watch. We have Tag Jacket, oh my god. And this, she's a fraud. She is a fraud. Consistently, she got bailed out by Alan. She can't keep up with the real Viltrumites. She can't keep up, I'm sorry. She was only useful when she got the low poison. Then she did her thing. She killed a Mark variant. I don't believe that. After seeing this season, I don't believe that. Don't know how she did that. I'm sorry. We have Oliver. This man is a fraud. I'm sorry. He might be like, how old is he? 5 now? 3? He's still a fraud. He did not beat any of those Viltrumites. I'm sorry. He kept trying to fight Thragg and kept trying to fight Conquest. Why did he keep doing that? He's not one of them. Mark is like, I'm 5 times stronger than you. Thragg is 20 times stronger than me. Why are you fighting him? And he still goes into fight. Does that make sense? And he lost his arm too. So there you go. He's done. We have Thetis. This man, he is not on Fraud Watch. He fought all the high level Viltrumites and did damage to them. He was not doing shit to him. He went through planet Viltrum, that's a feat. He killed Argyle too, and he really only lost to Thragg, and that's because Thragg is in a different tier. So this man is not a fraud. We have Alan. Verdict, he's not a fraud. He killed multiple Viltrumites, kept up with the Viltrumites fighting even when he didn't have the poison, and he never got seriously injured. Even though at the start he wasn't really putting in work, every single fight he came back, he started dogging these kids. Next, we have the man himself, Battle Beast. Not gonna lie, I was gonna put him on Fraud Watch at first, but the streets spoke to me. They said, Battle Beast can't fight in space. If he's on ground, he's a demon. And I said, okay, I hear you. So fighting in space tax, that's all it is. Next season though, he's there. Then we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Space Racer. This man has reached GOAT status. He is not a fraud. Highest Viltrum kill count. He didn't need no help, just one little switch and he's just shooting that, you know what I'm saying? And he put a hole through Viltrum. Who else is doing that but him? So there you go, he's not a fraud. Last but not least, we have the biggest fraud of the show, Emperor Argyle. I don't care, no one can talk to me. How are you the emperor of the Viltrum Empire and he got killed by a dagger? Not even in a fight, by a dagger? Yo, get him out of here, he's a fraud. All right, that's all for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Yes, Invincible is done, it's finally done. Not gonna lie, still a very good season. Let me know down below how you felt about this season. I thought it was pretty good, better than last season. It's up there. I gotta go rewatch last season and I'll come back with the answer. But let me know how you guys felt about it. Let me know what your favorite episode was. And yeah, as always, let me know what else you guys want to see because I will keep posting. Someone was telling me slime was good. Tell me if you guys want that. Demons of the Shadow, I'll get on that too. I'm a little behind, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, whatever you guys want next week, I can do that. I still got the Tokyo Ghoul just waiting, lurking in the shadows, just ready to be dropped. So let me know when you guys want that. Also posted a Soul Eater video Saturday, I think. So go check that one out for your boy. Keep dropping your suggestions, whether it's anime, non-anime. Let me know what you guys want to see. And Twitch is gonna come very soon. I know people wanted to see some Twitch stuff, maybe run some Marvel Rivals. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to see, I can run it. I'm making the Twitch currently, and then yeah, I'll get that set up and we can just get rolling. Clothing is also still coming, working on it, and we're gonna do an IRL channel very, very, very soon. So yeah, appreciate all you guys, all the support I've been getting means a lot. And yeah, road to 120K, we're 6K away. So if you're new to the journey, appreciate you. Welcome to the Shimmy family. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all boys and girls in the next video. Peace.